Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at something that's super useful for you people getting into solar, and that is the P3 P4400 kilowatt electricity usage monitor. Alright everybody, welcome back. So now this is something that I purchased for myself because this is really handy if you're thinking about expanding your solar or you're thinking about what will run on your system that you have set up at home. This is an excellent way to monitor the items you plug into that system and tell you how many amps they draw and how much current they draw. This only works with 115 volt AC, so you can't plug this into, say, a battery and see how many amps it draws off that. You're going to plug this into a wall outlet, plug your item into it, and then see how it works. Now, years ago I had one of these. It was made by a different company, but it was a kilowatt. And I gotta say, they were very, very handy when I first started making my first steps into solar, which was basically one car battery and a solar panel in my window, and that was about it. So, I'm going to open it up, we're going to take a look at what comes inside, and I'll bring you back to show you. Alright, so this is the unit, fairly simple, very, very simple unit to use, that's the thing. If you're not a solar person or electrical person, and you just want to see how much something is drawing, you can see that and you can go, ooh, you know what, that's drawing 600 watts and my 400 watt inverter probably won't be able to power that, maybe I should upgrade. Or maybe I need more battery storage because this is going to draw more amps than I have amp hours in my batteries over a long period of time. So I do have it plugged in here to just an extension cord. We're going to test this out with some high drain and low drain items. But that's pretty much it. Basically what this is it'll let you know your cumulative electrical expenses and forecast for the day, week, month, and even the entire year using your meter and power key. That will tell you how many kilowatts per hour you're using, and you can set it up to time it, or you can set it up to just test one device and just leave it running. You'll know if it's a new refrigerator, an old air conditioner that's still killing you, as far as money goes, and you'll be able to pinpoint the problems, whatever appliance is drawing more current than it should. Power Monitor here also allows you to enter your utilities provider's cost of electricity, so you can monitor and pinpoint what each appliance is costing you. Now, that's not really what I'm going to use this for, but for you folks looking to save some money on appliances, you would be amazed at how many phantom loads appliances draw. You can plug in a washing machine with absolutely not running, nothing on it, no lights on, and it's still drawing some voltage and some amperage. It's like, how's that possible? But it happens. So, good to know. You can count consumption by the kilowatt hour using this. You can calculate electric expenses by the day, week, year, or month using the timer. And it will display volts, amps, and wattage within a 0.2 to 2.0% accuracy. It is compatible with inverters. It's designed for AC 115 volt appliances. Its max voltage is 125 volts AC, so you don't want to go over that. The max power is 1875 volt amps. Weighs about 5 ounces, and it's about 5 inches tall by about 2 inches long, and about an inch wide, really not that big. And your maximum current on this is 15 amps. So if you're testing items that are drawing larger than 15 amps, which I'm not going to be doing, you may want to upgrade to a bigger one. They actually have a power strip now. I forget what they call it, but it's a power strip that has all the information in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to try a low drain device, a higher drain device, and then we're going to try my garage freezer and show you just how much power it draws and how many amps it draws. Alright, so you can see the voltage coming out of the power cord there. It's 118.1, 0.7, it's been 119. It goes up and down, fluctuates a little bit, but that's fairly decent. I'm going to plug this fan in here, and we're going to see about how much this draws. Plug it in there, and turn it on. Put it on high right off the bat. Now we want to see amperage first. And there's your amperage, 0.44. So under an amp on high. So something like that, with my solar setup, a small backup system, perfectly fine. Let's see the watts. 28.7 watts. Again, real simple, real easy. I know my 1000 watt inverter will definitely handle that. Let me turn that away from the camera so it isn't blowing air on you. So there you go, real simple. Let's put it on low. Move it to low. Now it's only drawing, well, it's dropping a little bit. 22.5 watts. Amps are back to 0.33 amps, so not even drawing an amp. So something like this will run for a long time on, say, my bigger system, which has three 115 amp hour deep cycle batteries in it. So let's try something a little bit more drain. We'll try a toaster. All right, got the toaster here. This is my toaster. And today we're going to be trying out some freeze-dried toast. Just kidding. I'm just going to run it without anything in it. I have it up fairly high because I like it to toast quickly. We're going to plug it in, see if there's any phantom load to it. As far as volts, well, no watts, no amps. Let's see what the amps are when I turn it on. 1.2, let's see, 2.6. So that's about 6.45. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. 6.44 amps. Wattage, 680 watts. So I know with a 1,000-watt inverter that that's getting close to the edge, and it also won't run very long if I don't keep my batteries topped off. In the daytime, maybe I want to run that while I have solar continually charging my batteries, but at night I'd have to be a little bit careful. I have over 400 amp hours of power on the bank, but still, it's something to think about. So now you see how that works. You've got your watts and amps there, and you still have your voltage. Now if you want to look at 60 hertz power there, and if I wanted to set this up and tell you how much this is costing me, I could set it up with the timer over here. So that's 0.01 kilowatt hour I've used so far with this toaster. So if I wanted to leave that running, and every day I use my toaster, that will set up a cumulative amount of how many kilowatt hours this toaster costs me per year, or week, or month, or day. All right, let's try it out with the freezer now. All right, so for maximum effect, because the freezer right now isn't running, we're going to use a small window unit air conditioner, and I'm going to pull you back here so you can see it really quick. Okay, there you go. That's my little window unit right there, and I keep that ready in case the main AC unit goes out. And I'm going to back you up a little bit so you can actually see what's going on here. So I'm going to plug it into that plug there, and a little tip for you folks, for those of you wanting to know if your power outlets are working, that's a power failure light right there. So when the power in that outlet goes out, if I were to pull this out, it turns on. The reason I did that is for some unknown reason, this outlet is connected to the GFCI outlet in my kitchen, and a few times it's tripped, and I haven't known. And the freezer down here and everything inside has ended up defrosting. So, now if I walk out into my garage and I see this light on in the plug there, I know I got a problem. Something's not working. And I know I can plug this into any of the other outlets in here that aren't connected into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in the AC unit over here, this window unit. Now I have it on high, and I am going to have to unplug this to get it in there. There we go. But it's off right now. So we're going to plug it in, all right? Now I'm going to move you in to see the readings a little better, because it's kind of far away. All right, so we got our voltage there. It's 119.5. We're going to turn on the power. Let's go to amperage. Right now it's drawing no amps. Turn on the power. And there go the amps. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's 3.25. I'm going to try to zoom in. I've never used the zoom on this camera. I hope you can see that. Hope it's not blurry. So it's looking like 3.2, 3.21 amps. Let's see the wattage. 371. So I know that this little AC unit over here, and it's just a 5,000 BTU AC unit, would run on my solar for a little while, but not for too long, before I'd need to either charge the batteries or increase my panels. And that's why this is important. If you're setting up a solar system for your house, and you want to see about what you're going to run, amp-wise and cable-wise, and you want to know how much current you want to draw, this is something that's really important for you folks when you're just starting out. So that's pretty interesting. Let's back it up again so you can see what's going on here. And I just have this little window unit over here running. Back it up a little bit. I want to wait till the compressor kicks on. You can see the window unit over here. And I don't know if it'll kick on because it's not it's actually blowing ice cold air, so it probably has kicked on. I'm at 3.5, 3.9 amps. And let's go for watts again. So we're up to 415, 16 watts. So yeah, I guess the compressor has kicked on because I feel the ice cold air coming out of it. So that's a little bit of a demonstration. I wanted to do the freezer, but the freezer isn't currently working. You know, it's already cold enough, so it's not drawing a current. So, let's get it back on the bench and I'll give you some final details on it. And for those of you wondering if my freezer is actually working, it is. See, now it's started up a little bit, so it's got 0.53 amps. The watts are 64. It's kind of just in maintenance mode right now. But before it wasn't drawing anything, and I don't know why that was, but it was working. The kilowatt meter was working. So, anyway, quick demo. Let's get it back on the table. Alright, so you've seen how it works. Now, I will admit there are a lot of features on this, and this isn't going to be a full review of it. It's just kind of an overview. I am going to feature this in more videos as I go. Right now, I'm just kind of learning how to use it myself. And the one I had before had none of these timing things or to let you know how many kilowatt hours you're using. So there will be future videos when I test it out with other stuff and see just how efficient or inefficient some items are, or inefficient I should say. Some items are. So they go for $34.99. So for 35 bucks, you get a really neat way to monitor a whole lot of stuff in your house. Again, the only limitation is their max current is less than 15 amps. So you can only do 15 and under on this. So you don't want to overload it with something very heavy. If you do need a higher amperage draw or to check on a higher amperage circuit, you can get the bigger version of it. They have, like I said, they have a power strip that has all that information in there. So it's a fairly simple, compact, small item. Lightweight, you can stick it pretty much anywhere. And it does its job. So I'm pretty pleased with it so far. You know, like I said, I do plan on doing more videos on this because I am looking at expanding our backup solar power system. And it's going to need a few more panels and a few more batteries before I feel confident in running something larger like, say, my refrigerator. The freezer, no problem, it can do that. But the fridge is going to, you know, need a little bit more power to it. So like I said, $34.99. You can pick them up on Amazon. I will put a link down below to the description, to the item in my store. And you can check it out there. If you have any questions, ask them below. Again, I'm a newbie with this particular device. I wanted to get it out there and show you guys how handy it could be for figuring out your loads when you're using solar. But there is so much more this can do. Especially if you're living off the grid or if you're living in an RV and you want to know the draw of certain items so it won't overload your generator or your solar system. Anyway, folks, don't forget to check out our links down below. You can check out our Food for Patriots link down below at preparewithiridium.com. And that will help you get started on a little bit of food storage, as well as our Thrive Life link down below. And that will also help you get some freeze-dried food ready for you. And don't forget to check out our Amazon store. Usually what I review, like this, I put in our Amazon store, so you can check it out and see if there's anything else in there that you like. If not, just click the link and shop as you normally would. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.